Hey, I'm Mark Mills. This is my wife Melissa. Our son's Clint and Mason, and we are Migma Farm.
So we established our farm in 2006, the year we got married. And in 2017, we bought the 150 acres surrounding us.
We picked on Clint and called him Mig when he was, for his nickname when he was little, and Mason was May May. And so when we started to pick a farm name, we just decided to put them together, and it stuck. And it's actually a word, and it means nuclear fusion. And that's what they are most of the time when they're together. But I've had cows since I was a kid. I got my first cow, I think, when I was 12 years old, and had pigs and chickens before that. And my wife was raised on a poultry and cow farm. Started out with registered Angus cows before me and her got together, and went and bought a Simmental bull from her daddy. And called and asked her back out the next week, so we've been together ever since.
So our cattle herd is predominantly in our mama cows, our Simmental, Angus, Hereford, and Red Angus. In our bullpen, we have Red Angus bulls, we have Hereford bulls, we have Geltby Balancer bulls, and a Simmental Angus bull. We strive to make mama cows that have good milk, lots of grow, because grow equals pounds and pounds equals money, and that's what cattlemen need to produce. We've got a lot going on here. I would say we always strive to conserve and to expand and grow our farms so that we have lots of diverse options and things for our boys to be involved in and things to keep our farm going.
All right, so this right here is Migma Farm Sheep Division. As you can see, we have all these beautiful sheep behind us. And we got our money to buy them from the FSA loan several years ago. Me and Mason each took out a loan, and we started buying them. And after that, it was kind of like an addiction. We just couldn't stop. So we actually started showing these sheep about as soon as we got them. I helped a man named Mr. Sims out of Georgia show his Dorsets one year. And after that, it was just like, it was a tick inside of me that I just want to keep showing them. So we bought six Catons from the Biltmore, and then 2 more from Patterson Farms. And we showed our first 2 ewe lambs that year. We didn't do the greatest, but it was fun, and it taught us a lot. And now we show anywhere from 6 to 8 a year, and show in several different shows than just the Mountain State Fair. So the reason why we chose Catons actually was because they go really well with the cows we have here. We even run the cows sometimes even in the pens with the sheep. Catons are more like, they don't have any wool, so it's a lot easier for me and Mason to do because we have to go to school and all. And like this one right here, you see she's got very little hair, pretty friendly. So we started rotational grazing just about as soon as we got the sheep. We didn't really want anything getting sick, so we had to start rotating.
This helps break the parasite cycle, which is also one of the pros to running sheep and cattle together. They get different parasites, so therefore when they travel in kind of in succession behind each other, you don't have the problem with the worms. But we rotationally graze. They are moved weekly to maximize performance. They're also fed a higher end ration so that hopefully we'll get at least twins out of these and continue to up our percent of how many lambs each ewe has each year.
When you got cows and you're moving them around a lot, it helps the grass grow better. I've been rotational grazing for probably 20 years somewhat, but I've got real more intensive on it in the last few. We started doing some projects with Brown Creek Soil and Water and put in some water troughs and fenced off creeks.
We fenced out over 1/2 mile of creeks, and those are creeks that are protected and are safe places for wildlife and vegetative growth to come up.
And the added benefit, the fencing the creeks out, is me and the boys both like to hunt, and it gives good places for them deer and turkeys and all to travel, not have to cross fences they're gonna take the easiest route. So you got a good place to put a deer stand or set up to hunt a turkey. That gives them something to do too on the fun side of it. One of the main things I wanted when I fenced out the creeks is we needed water back here on this back side. And when Nick helped me get this water trough put in, I wanted the concrete one. He had to write up to get it approved, because a lot of times when the cows come up, they all come at one time. I'm gonna split it probably in the least add 2 more, so I have 5 sections, kind of like a spoke wheel around it. What I'm planning on doing eventually.
To give back to the environment, so that this is a beautiful place today, and it's just as beautiful 50, 100 years down the road for our children's children and their children, so many generations down the road, is really what we're about. And being able to preserve this land so that not only Mark and I get enjoyment and wonderful times here, but down the road their families also get wonderful things from that. So totally pro conservation. Any area you can conserve on your farm is a win for you.